Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from a broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get these things started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
They'll spin it right away. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On play action, it's Rodgers.
He'll find Metcalf.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Paul want to give up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Taylor. That is caught. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
13 yards on the play.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Taylor.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And Taylor will slide to a hole with a first down.
13 yards.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now they'll throw with Taylor.
Looking deep here from Mechie.
And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
John Mechie,
55 yards.
and the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Nick Folk for the point after. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7.
So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception.
Now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy. Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Oh, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
Rodgers going to throw. And he finds Austin complete. A good pick up there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A 13-yard gain brings up 3rd and a yard.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Rodgers with a keeper. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
On 4th down, the Steelers called on Corliss Waitman to punt.
And And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
But you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
And the throw in the catch was just fine. But again, zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
A give running right is Hall. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On first down, right back to Hall. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Downfield, often.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Down.
Now Taylor. Catch made right side by Wilson. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Folks' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Boswell's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half, it's Taylor.
He wants Reynolds way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Taylor. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. A pickup of about 40 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Taylor. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Jets, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Jets.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
That's downfield. He's got Taylor. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. Down to about the 22 here. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Taylor. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Taylor. He'll try it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This to make it a 2-score game. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Throwing is Rodgers. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little...
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle. hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A solid stiff arm.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down, Jets.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Second and 5. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Taylor will throw.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
We've seen him do this many times in green and gold. Now he'll try to do it in black and gold. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers
Down 13-10, a little under 2.5 to go. They're out of timeouts. Now they will have the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a... This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
At the 22-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up. Now Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
Just too many short underneath throws. They've got to get the ball downfield.
And in a hurry.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Back to throw. Rodgers. They've got his man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Oh, and how important could that play be in determining a winner here? That moves the ball all the way to the other side of the field, and now you're one completion away from at least getting into field goal range to tie things up. But with the time remaining, they've still got a shot to win this as well.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
A gain of 24.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Well, this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we know that this crowd really wants to explode. What a win this would be. They had a shot at the end zone right there, and it fell incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Taylor.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Here's 2nd down. Taylor. This pass out wide to Hall.
And he goes out right around the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Taylor.
Here we go. This to avoid overtime.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one lines up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And his kick is good. He knocks through his third field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And the Jets are going to win the football game.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Please welcome your 2026 Minnesota Vikings.
Has it all teed up. Monday night prime time is underway. Here's Jordan Whittington on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. For the Rams offense, getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out, it's one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks, as we see him age, we see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue. You cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
He's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Solid blocking there. Springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of the defense.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Another run for Williams. Ooh, they're on that one. second down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
Cashman on the tackle.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys
Tackle
are on
back
the
at the
field and how
46
fast
yard
your
line.
fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Sanford. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he has this down to the 34. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Rams.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Stafford from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second and that playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Throw caught at the 6. And they're going to be set up with 1st and goal as this goes out of bounds. Brock at the 3-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it. Stafford throwing again. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. On the return, here's Miles Price. He's stopped on the run back at the 22nd. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do your guys in the huddle want to play for him? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush a passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
First carry here for Aaron Jones. He's fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down.
Dude, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Third and just 2 to go. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Prime Time. 7-0 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Connects on the crosser. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
A gain of
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
The Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Has a big strike to Addison. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Jordan Addison, the touchdown.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Getting the ball early, put a fear of God into this defense.
Now it's Will Reichert on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings start off with tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Whittington now on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the sea or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Stafford now off the play fake. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. 35 on the pickup. And the Rams have the first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Connects with Adams again. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Vikings 22-yard line.
Now we are still waiting game for the scoring, for anybody really to get going as we hit our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. They go with Williams on the counter. Oh, the football's loose. This is scooped up by the Vikings. There he goes, right sideline. And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Vikings get some late points and the lead. They come up with a stand in the red zone, Brock, and that defense, you could just tell they were on a mission, not just to force that fumble, but to do even more damage on that turnover.
I think we can hear the coaches up here in the booth scoop and score. I think you can read the lips of the players on the sideline scoop and score. There was no thought to just fall on that one. It hit the deck and everybody's eyes looked all the way down the field at the other end zone, and they worked in unison to set up a massive, massive scoop and score touchdown.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7.
14. Rams 7.
Kickoff. Blake Corum now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyren Williams again. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Stafford. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree cake that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Stafford back to throw. And finds Adams downfield. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Rams.
Turn his TV off. He want my type activity.
Now Stafford to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. That one goes for 31 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
19-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Stafford's going to throw once more. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
Four downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Williams takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams earned the chance to tie it before halftime. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Mevis now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the upright. And the Rams tie things up at 14. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Price. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Vikings take over.
Now for the second time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. Less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
All set to go now from the 35. First and 10, it's McCarthy. Running left side by Jefferson. And he's stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 now from the 46. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Goes right back to Jefferson, complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Now the Vikings use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Again, McCarthy to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
It's now
that was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
For the Vikings field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
Just really nice execution on his part to convert there. For the kicker to pay off, really the execution of his teammates. He worked so much on situational opportunities. Those minutes before halftime, and they maximized it.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
having a minute but can't stir it no more. Riding the wave but now you're chilling on shore. What you used to be a rich when you're inside. That is a glitch, but you don't want to see it all. You want to see more.
It's going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. Oh, he put some air under this one, right side. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime report. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Here's Evans set to kick this away. On the return, here's Price. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Vikings take over.
Here's the Minnesota
1st and 10.
offense headed out to start
At
this
their
third
own
quarter.
22-yard
And they
line.
really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Play action, McCarthy. No place for him to go here. The Rams rush all over him. And after one play of this drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Okay, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home. And that's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, defender there to knock it away, and he's able to do just that. 4th down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. Coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Out come the Rams on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Leave set of downs for him from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Rams have the 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it down to the 33. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down now, ball at the 33. Straight ahead with Williams. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
I've been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate. I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
He was brought down.
Hey, that's a run that's whole hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he gets a nice chunk. Looks like about 5. It's going to be third down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Vikings into the nickel for this third down play. Stafford from the gun. This one's caught. We got the football block, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. Fourth down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Looking to throw. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams grab the lead on their first series of the half. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Mevis now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams take a 4-point lead.
21, Vikings 17.
Set to kick this away. On the return, here's Price. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Vikings to the line now. Here's first and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. He'll knife his way through for a pick of the 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Jones once more. He's hit just before he can pick up that first. So third and short coming up from the 33. All right, we reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He'll throw it. That one's caught by Jefferson. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps these drive moving.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So first down from the 41. Man in motion, headed right. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. That means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Vikings, first down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And this one does not go far. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings needing 4 points.
At the Rams' 21-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Now it's McCarthy. Same guy. Here's Hawkinson again. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route with that leg. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Setting up to pass. He's smart and won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
Okay, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on 1st down. There was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty. We move on to 2nd.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. They look to throw it. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. Scooped up by the Rams.
Did those sidelines get loud, or what? It was practically in unison. Everybody shouting to jump on top of that one. We just needed an official signal if it was 6 points or a touchback. Unfortunately for them, well, it was a touchback.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. And in motion, out of the slot. On second down, a run with Williams. And he has the first down for the Rams, and partner, that should be all they need to now coast to this win.
A gain of 12 yards.
Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
40-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Here's a design run. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Rams are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.